Hello. Talk about the program. Talk about people who drew.
Stop it!
Talk about famous YouTubers. Alright, well, we're done, bro. I just read our whole script. I'm so good at YouTube, man. I just did what most YouTubers take 10 minutes to do in merely, like, seconds, bro. I'm a god.
Didn't even need a sponsor or anything to fill in the time.
No,
Just did it.
I just did the whole video.
YouTube video speedrun.
YouTube video speedrun. Let's go.
Anyway, after what he just said and after we chugged monsters at the same time, it's time to discuss what this video is about.
So, basically, what we did is we looked at our analytics and we saw we weren't doing great. So, basically, putting other YouTubers' names helps your video. Obviously, we like these YouTubers. We did. It's just a fun little challenge, but also it's just good for helping the analytics because
that's right. We get their search terms because people search their channel, and then we get free traction from their popularity, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And then we also seem like we're including in the community.
There we go. Look at that.
Free marketing. That's how smart we are.
That's how we're so smart. If you look at our last drawing video, I'm sure this video is gonna do great.
The Star Wars one? Yeah, it has so many views, guys.
Did you actually even know that there was a Star Wars video that we made about drawing?
Well, if you didn't, now you can watch it in the little tab thing right there. Watch it. Go watch it.
Nice.
After this one, though.
After this one. You watched the full video, so we get the watch time. Then you watch that one and get the full watch time.
That's right. And that will allow us to eventually make a revenue after we get 40,000 hours.
Yep.
So chop chop.
Chop chop.
Chop chop.
Do you want to talk about the program we're using?
I guess we will.
So we actually get to draw together on this. It's really cool.
Yeah, we both go on our separate computers and we get to draw on the same canvas. So we decided to split the canvas in half and draw our guys, and which is nice. And then we just didn't have to cram around one drawing tablet or do some weird stuff and just switch turns. We could draw
simultaneously.
That's how you pronounce that.
So it's actually cool. He showed me this program. I didn't know about it. I think Drawfee did a video on it.
Yeah.
Drawfee.
Drawfee, another YouTuber. Check him out, guys.
This other drawing channel, Drawing Drawfee.
Cool. Yeah, I saw they did a live stream or something with it, and I thought, well, that's cool. So then we tried it out a few times without recording, and we drew
some interesting pieces.
Unspeakable
We'll put them up here.
As you can see, our skills are very different when we used it.
Yep.
But this time, we decided to actually try.
Yeah. It is kind of a more difficult program to use, I'd say. But it's free. It's actually just a Google thing.
Yep, I'm straight in the browser.
Yeah.
It's called.
You can make an account if you want. You don't even have to, which is pretty crazy. You just share a link and you can use it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And for what it is, it has a lot of options for drawing. It's pretty pixely. You have all your colors. The bucket works pretty good, I find, actually.
Compared to other programs.
Yeah. You got a paint thing. I've never tried it personally. But if we keep using this, I'd be down to try painting some stuff on this program. That'd be cool. Trying that out.
It's basically just like a slightly worse version. Well, not slightly, but just a worse version of Clip Studio. But it's nice because it's just straight in the browser. No
it's free, and you can draw it. You can't do that on Clip Studio, I think.
No.
So that's pretty neat. It actually, I find it brings us back when we first started hanging out. We just scribbled and drew on the same page, kind of just like children.
Our origin story. That's how we met. We just drew, and then boom, friendship. And now we returned to that very location. Let's go. Can
we talk about how much faster you draw than me?
Oh yeah. Okay. So for context, I completed all my characters and added 2, and Michael had completed the sketch
for 2 characters. Yep.
Markiplier and what's his name? Big forehead man.
Jacksfilms.
Yep, that's right. That's how I know
him. Big forehead man. I kept breaking the pen. That's why. You know, this nerdy stuff for me, these programs, it's just very difficult for me to use, and it's just too much for me. You know.
I understand.
Yeah, you understand. Personally, you just break through the stuff.
I understand you can't handle these kind of things.
No,
I'm there for you.
Yeah. Well, exactly. he's the kind of guy that like I need help booting up my computer, so I'm like, can you boot it up for me?
That's right. I'm the tech savvy one here. That's my personality trait.
Personality trait. Let's go. Do you want to talk about who we drew? You can go first.
So for this video, we actually planned a bit in the beginnings. So we decided who we wanted to draw and split it up pretty evenly. So we chose some popular people like PewDiePie and Markiplier, obviously, because that's good search terms and they definitely make money. And we want to make money. So it seems pretty easy. And then who else did we draw? We drew a bunch of animators and storytime people and other cartoonish people.
I like most of the people, like everyone that we drew. I think they'll make pretty good content.
Yeah.
And have seen videos from all these people at one point. So I drew MaxMoeFoe. Legendary, you know, classic. He does Pokemon now, which actually, funny enough, I really love trading cards. You know why? I hunch over and I hold my hand, I play like Magic and stuff, and I look so big because I do this thing where my shoulders pop out, my traps pop out, and you see my huge forearms, alright? And I just look like such a massive human while I play card games, and that's the only reason I like them. So that's really cool.
All the neckbeards fear his ass.
They do.
Game tournaments.
I drew Markiplier, which I mean, fellow Chad.
Yeah.
Guy's pretty huge, which was fun. I literally I drew that guy. He's pretty cool. I drew Jacksfilms. I love Jacksfilms. He's been like on YouTube since very early on YouTube, and he was making with like very early song parodies like Tobuscus, like that early era.
Yeah.
I drew Jaza. Funny enough, I actually like got into drawing from Jaza almost. Like I
Really?
was always I was into drawing because of you, obviously, and we animated before I could draw. I animated, which I think is funny. But I used to watch a lot of his videos when I was like still younger. It was really cool when he'd do his character concepts, and I think I probably learned a lot from art from watching him when I was younger. Not even on purpose. He was just entertaining, and he still is.
I had a phase for a bit when I watched him, but I guess I just kind of dropped off after a bit. But I respect that man. He's an actual talented artist person. Everyone
we're drawing is talented. YouTube's a hard game. Like it is hard to do YouTube. Not even like difficulty in the sense where it's like a physically hard job, but it's just like figuring out what thumbnails will work and all this stuff, and there's so much chance. And obviously you have to work so it works. You have to put in the time and effort and figure out what works, but sometimes you figure out what works and it just doesn't work. It's hard, and for people to like keep this up, because YouTube's one of those things where if these big people stopped, they wouldn't do nearly. It would hurt them so much, and that's why YouTubers always talk about like burnout and how they're like, I don't want to take time off, and when they do, it hurts them. But
yeah, that's right.
And then I also draw. I don't even know how to say her name. Funny enough.
Squizzy, you're Squizzy.
I mean, you're saying it. I have no clue. I watch her. She's pretty funny. She makes animated videos. Style is pretty simple, but it works. Like, obviously, she's doing well for herself, and she doesn't upload often. For her style, especially. No offense, but you could do better. But you know, it works for you, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about YouTube, right? Somebody could spend more time, upload the same amount, but if it's not as catchy, because she makes very like simplistic, but same with the odd ones out. You drew the odd ones out.
Yeah.
Very simplistic. Obviously, his videos take time and stuff, but it's the YouTube game, and if you're able to make it work, however you do, it's almost the same amount of work as someone like us. Even if we, or not us. Oh my god. If somebody quote unquote puts more time in or makes a better video, if it doesn't do well, then they didn't do as good. That's just how it works, and that's kind of the goal of YouTube.
Yeah, like daily Fortnite. Oh my god, highlights.
If it does good, man, like that, they're doing just as good of a job as someone, which is how YouTube works, and it as a job. I'll let you talk. I was rambling for a while. Well, I'm sorry. I like hearing my own voice, and
I feel that.
I don't agree. I think my voice is better. Sorry, I know my voice is better.
I agree. Whenever I hear my recorded voice, I hate myself. I sound like a fucking, I don't even know what I sound like. I slur my S's a lot. But in my own head, I sound like a attractive male, but that's not the case.
It's not the case.
But nonetheless, I guess I'll talk about who I drew. So, of course, we drew PewDiePie, the godfather of YouTube, even though he wasn't there at the beginning, but now he Everyone loves PewDiePie, including me. I don't watch every video that he uploads, but I watch quite a lot of them. Member of the 9-year-old army, if that's what he still says, I don't know. I've dropped off a bit recently, but I have my little phase every couple months, and I just binge everything he uploads.
You okay there, buddy?
Oh my god.
Do you want me to read your parts too, and then I'll just put on a you voice?
I'm not supposed to talk this much. I don't do that.
Oh, I can talk. Yeah, I love talking. I love hearing myself. I mean, like, look at me, right? Like, if I look this good, that must mean I have that good things to say. That's how it works. So,
Anyways, who else did I draw? I drew Odd Ones Out and Jaiden Animations. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Very popular storytime animators, which is not a fad, but a little community thing that exploded on YouTube pretty recently.
Yeah, I think it's good.
And now there's a bunch of people in that field, and it's a nice little section on YouTube. It's like VTubers if you're a weeb.
Can we say that? We're gonna have to.
Fucking gangsters of YouTube. Don't get on their bad side.
Don't get
My
on their
God.
bad side.
Curb stomp you. Who else did I draw? I'm saying a lot of uhs, but I also drew Scott the Woz. He's just on the corner, and I put a little blue border around him, which is a reference if you basically watch the Scott the Woz movie. I love that man. He basically just makes movies about random shit.
Yeah. I never watched him, but I know he makes good stuff. He's been around. Everyone talks about him, kind of. So.
Yeah, he blew up within like the last year or so.
Yeah.
Then at the Game Awards, I remember like they were giving awards to like best video game content creators, and everyone was like mad as shit that Scott wasn't nominated or anything.
Oh yeah.
So I guess he blew up pretty big last year. I watched him before that, but
I watched him before he blew up.
I was going to say that. That's my favorite meme. I watched him before he blew up.
I watched him
OG.
before 5 million subscribers.
I watched Pokemon before all you normies watched it. I drew. This is a little interesting. Within like the last year or so, I've become a degenerate weeb, and I've discovered a different side of YouTube with like all the anime content creator people.
Yeah.
So I drew, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Emirichu or something, and Daidus, which are like...
I do know Daidus or whatever. I do know him.
Yeah.
Actually. They're
like somewhat storytime animators, but then sometimes they do different stuff, like just talk about some other anime or weeb shit.
Yeah.
Quote unquote animator / storytime person we drew. Always looking at the notes for what to talk about next.
Alright, let's talk about our YouTube habits. You want to go first? Because I think...
Holy shit. YouTube habits. I remember checking my phone, and it's at least 48 hours a week. Sometimes there's a few weeks in there where that's basically all I do. But as a child, when I first discovered YouTube with like Stampy and Minecraft shit, like Sky does Minecraft,
oh yeah,
nothing was done. YouTube was solely my life, basically. And the weird thing is that I basically grew up on YouTube instead of like TV, but YouTube was more my place because you could actually choose what you want to watch.
Yeah.
Which is like now what streaming services do, but this was back in 2000.
Yeah, in the same way, I definitely grew up with YouTube too. I think that's probably why it's such a dream, obviously, for us to do something like this. And we might not have the most whatever, but we put a lot of effort into our stuff, right? And I think we make pretty good things. So because we grew up with it, right? We just want to be part of what people watch, right? It's just cool. I watch a lot of YouTube too. I recently cut down because I've just been busy with life. I don't know why, but life's been picking up. But
yeah, going into adulthood.
Yeah, but I certainly watch a lot of YouTube. See how much you averagely would watch. And I remember when I first found the feature, I think it was like I averagely watched 7 hours of YouTubes a day. So
yeah, mine's probably similar to that.
Yeah. So I after that point, I think I slowed down a bit, but I definitely grew up with YouTube. It's YouTube's pretty cool, man. YouTube's
I want to say I probably literally have like a year's life on YouTube.
Oh yeah, probably.
Might have a lot of time in Breath of the Wild, but nothing compared to that.
Nothing compares. Bro, I
YouTube
play me a lot of Plants vs. Zombies.
I agree with that.
We'll talk about the process of our videos. and how we are doing on YouTube. That's directly what the note said.
That's definitely what it said. I wrote that. What are we talking about first? The process? Or
Yeah, we'll talk about the process.
How do we start this? Basically, if we're not together, so basically we go on Discord and we gather our thoughts and we're like, yo man, see which video we want to do and would be interesting, and if it would be easy or not to do in a week span. More on that later.
Yeah.
Then I'm usually the script writing man, because I guess that's my skill.
Oh, you're good at that.
Yeah, I like to write. I find I'm more comedic too when I write. I'm not very good at just talking and being funny. This where we'll just sit down and we split up the process pretty evenly, which is good because we both get time. He works on the thumbnails and stuff, and it's a pretty good process with him. We pretty much everything we use except like Clip Studio is free. We use OpenShot to edit. I use OpenShot to edit the videos. We use OBS to record, which is also, these are both free. Yeah. Audacity for audio, and that's audio editing, another free program. I actually, so I make assets, obviously, for the edited videos, where I'll edit, like, put things together, and I use Krita, which is also a drawing program. It's better for editing, I find, like, making little things, like, creating things together. I don't know how to say it, but, that is a art program. It's probably better at making those assets than Clip Studio, but it's not as good for drawing. But it's free, and that's what I started drawing on PC. So a lot of what we do, somebody could replicate pretty easily, like with free. Say that. You just need a $2 million PC and a drawing tablet.
PCs are very expensive in drawing tablets. I mean, when you get a job, it's not like crazy. It's like a good chunk of a paycheck for a drawing tablet, and a computer takes a while to save up for. But it's all you really need, like. For software. I know a lot of people question for software, but you can find free software.
Yeah, we're fancy, so we both bought Clip Studio, but you don't necessarily need that, because I mean, you could start off with even this thing, even if if you're just drawing by yourself, you could use
this drawing program. We use like Clip Studio because we animate and we're working on like a video game, and we need like good rendered art. You know, we can't have pixels, but
and the future proof and all that. So now we just have this program for the rest of time. Unless we go in apocalypse or something. Yeah. But I think we're doing good.
Yeah. So speaking of how we're doing good, how are we doing on YouTube?
How do I explain this? We're doing good and not good. But I mean, for just coming out of the womb after not a hiatus, but...
I think hiatus is a fair thing to say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
After a hiatus of probably 2 or a year and a half or something. Yeah. Because we got busy with school and all that, and just we're dead for a bit. But we're still working on stuff, just nothing towards YouTube. Just more back-end stuff and ideas and all that. Especially for Project Frank and Project Merchant Mayhem. Yeah. So, and then, so we've came back about a month ago at this point. And our videos are doing good for what they are, because they're not necessarily big search term videos like our welcome to the channel video. I mean, it's not like really too many search terms, but as of now it has about like 340 340 views, which is pretty good for a little, well, not a little, but a welcome to the channel video of a channel that has 221 subs as of now, which was also really cool, is that we've gained quite a few subs within the last month, around 38, I believe, which is a pretty good growth record from just not uploading for a while, then boom, all of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of new people watching your stuff, which is awesome, and it's really cool.
Yeah, and we seem to have consistent fans. We see you guys. You leave the comments, and I've seen a few of them. A lot of y'all are returning.
Oh yeah, we really like YouTube. I don't know if you could tell or not. So we look at like if you interact with anything we do or anything like that, we know. We might not say anything. I'm pretty bad at technology. Not that bad, but I'm not good at like writing stuff or anything like that. Like my Instagram and stuff, I'm like, new drawing, upload. Like that's as much as I'll say. But I definitely look at everything everybody does and stuff like that. And I love it. It's really cool.
So we see your comments and fan art, guys, and keep that friggin' fan art going.
Yeah,
boys.
that's so
that
cool.
shit is literally.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what to say, but I look at that, I'm like, oh, it's so cool.
It feels good to be
It
alive.
does. It's really cool. I love YouTube so much that we're gonna try our hardest, and we really try to make good videos. I think they're pretty decent.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if this video is the most entertaining, but I think it's interesting.
It's not entertainment, really. It's more like. Well, it's entertainment, but not like. Whoa, guys, come watch this video. It's just like chilling with the boys, sort of podcast like.
Boys, chilling with the people. I guess boys, even like boys, it's the same as guys. Just use that as like a term for everybody.
Yeah.
It's so weird when people get upset when I'm like, hey guys, and it's like, I'm a lady. It's like, yeah, no duh. I mean everyone when I say guys or boys. It's like, it's just a thing.
Yeah, whenever I say boys, yeah, I mean everyone.
Yeah,
like, I do BOIZ.
There you go. That's the
You
loophole.
can't really tell from
From
just
talking.
audio, but that's how I literally talk like how I like type something.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I often say slashes too a lot, like conversations.
The point you start saying lol out loud, there's gonna be a problem.
That's the day you need to be put down.
Yeah. So the drawing, I liked it.
It turned out really good compared to our last. Well, our last works were fun and entertaining, but not necessarily like an actual art piece.
With this program, I think the program definitely like halted us a bit. Me personally, I thought I was like, but your style I think works really well in this. You're really good at like making shapes and stuff, and just like people can see your art and know exactly what it is. I think people, when they see my art, they struggle to understand. I see it and I'm like, look how cool this is, and then people are like, well, I don't see what you're seeing. But I think it turned out pretty cool though for what it was, and it's a good program.
We got all of these lovely YouTubers, including Mr. Skrape, surrounding the nice little cameo around the YouTube play button, and it turned out pretty good composition and all that.
Yeah.
Nice evenly split between all of them, and the colors are really nice. I like the shading, how you went with like the, I don't know what you call that, but like rim lighting of each character had like a different color, but then I just did what I usually do.
Yeah, I tried to do for like the YouTubers' color they use. I tried to find them and do that. I think it turned out well. So for you,
only
watching,
you
who's stayed this long, because if you stayed this long, you like us and you watch our stuff, so this is the part for you. We're gonna start uploading every 2 weeks. This video took 2 weeks to make. It didn't take 2 weeks to make, but it's coming out 2 weeks after. We were uploading once a week, which is what you're supposed to, like, even that's kind of bad for the YouTube algorithm. You're supposed to go like once every day, really, but we would like to make better videos, and we work on other things, and life takes a lot of time too.
We'd like to have some free time.
Yeah. We
gotta watch 7 hours of
YouTube.
YouTube
We
a
gotta
day.
watch 7 hours of YouTube a day, but we also have other projects, and when we were doing one a week,
that's basically all we did.
Yeah, just YouTube.
We'd work on the video, then we'd have
like
Friday and Saturday off, and then we'd be
right back on the video, and it was like it was hard. It was a lot of late nights to get those videos. I think they were good.
Especially you, because we like record audio.
Well, even your scripts, I think you stayed up pretty late writing the scripts, because we had to get them done, because I needed to start editing.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's not great for our for the algorithm to make videos like we do, and we have other projects, but hopefully
it'll make better content. And
maybe people can share it, because
share, like, and sub, and all that.
Yeah, because we try to make better stuff, so stick around, and so we don't have to go to Fortnite funnies or whatever.
That's the
every
next
day.
video. Just
Fortnite
do a solid
funnies.
week of Fortnite funnies for a week to see how it does.
Yeah.
To get like 1 million views,
Oh.
I would cry.
I'm sorry, we have to. Sorry about this. We tried to do good content, but
We try, guys, but
now we have to do Fortnite funnies. Not enough people shared.
it's all you're doing. It's your fault.
No. Just watching. If you're watching to this point, you're doing
You're
this
doing
real
God's work, kid. I guess that's basically it.
Yeah, no, it's cool to talk about stuff like this. I know it might not be super entertaining, but comment what you think about it. We could be more entertaining if we want. I just think this is an interesting way to go with this kind of content, but we can be funny. Next video we might try live action stuff. We'll obviously edit and stuff, and it'll be more funny.
Yeah, but more script based.
Yeah.
And all that, and we'll see what we do, and maybe I'll die, maybe he'll die, we don't know.
Maybe. I don't think I can die, actually.
That's true, you are an immortal being.
Yeah. I shot myself with a bullet and the other guy spit it out.